Aloha kako, what is up everyone? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here and this is your first time joining me at the table of truth as I open up space for divine messages to flow in, whatever is meant to be seen, spoken, or shared. Or welcome back if you've already taken time to subscribe to my channel. I mahalo you for being here and just being open to receive. I just felt compelled to record today because I'm feeling like collective is there's an energy of confusion, contemplation, competitiveness, comparison, compassion though. I'm feeling like there's a mix-up, there's a mixed plate of things happening in our mental spaces right now. I feel like that confusion could be stemming off of a lot of things going on in your world, in your reality. That could be leaving you feeling like it's really time to sit down and contemplate what your next move is, perhaps, to open up the doors for compassion, to be more compassionate with others. But I'm also feeling for some of you there is an energy of like comparison, like it's either you are the one comparing your life and your reality with someone else's, or they're doing that with your life and your reality. So I want to just dive in and see what the hell's going on today. Now, just for the record, it is Tuesday, May 17th. When I make these videos, I try to, or I intend for them to be timeless. But if I do mention a date, it's just spirit telling me to mention it because it could be pertinent for someone somewhere whenever this video is seen by you. So again, Tuesday, May 17th, I'm recording this, and the energy of the collective is a very mixed plate of energy. So first off, before we start, let's clear the space and affirm more peace, more alignment, more wisdom, more truth, more harmony, more strength, more patience, more love as we go through our day or our evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. So yes, let's affirm more positive, higher vibrations for collective. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Black Moon deck. It's the first thing I'm kind of called towards. Let's just shuffle up, shuffle the deck. Get a good mix of energy. So yeah, what I'm trying to figure out with this deck, who we could specifically be talking about. Because this is more of like an astrology deck. It gives you your planetary alignments, houses, aspects, things like that, your zodiac signs and whatnot. So for the energy of confusion, who's most affected? Mahalo. Mahalo. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So we have the Uranus, whatever, however you pronounce it. I say Uranus placement. This is card number 9. We also have Cancer, so we could be talking about our Cancer sign, which is a water sign. This could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Lilith. And then we also have Neptune placement, which is discussing sacrifice. So let's get into, I'm going to read it from the book. Let's get into Uranus. Oh, flipped open right to it. So Divine had me go to this page. So this is essentially a card that corresponds with the Tower card in your traditional tarot deck, according to this guidebook. So this is like a Tower card moment, and maybe that's what we are experiencing. That is that confusion that's going on right now. This is about change, revolution. This is like shock energy. This is about rapid changes or sudden transformations. Since Uranus is the planet of technology, you may find yourself having to master a new tool, a machine, a computer, or even jobs involving the internet. Since Uranus is a planet of air, storms, and lightning, anything having to do with flight, Messages carried via the air and electrical energies will be a major part of it. Phones, television sets, computers, artificial intelligence, and bionics may also figure. That is interesting because I was getting a download today about energy, because that confusion that I was feeling, not necessarily me feeling it, but the confusion that I was feeling as part of the collective cloud really made me think about all the shit that's going on in the world currently. To be honest, I know just based on headlines and just, opening up Google at times, there's a lot of shit going on. Mass shootings and just, with the Depp and Heard trial, and just a lot of chaos and confusion in our personal lives and in our everyday lives. Now, I was thinking to myself earlier that I don't feel guilty for not being up to date or as informed about these specifics of what's happening in and around the world and with the news and all of that, because I have chosen to tune myself out. I'm not tuned into that frequency or vibration. And I'm hoping that by me tuning out, that inspires you to tune in to a space of calmness, of peace, of contemplation, of compassion. And maybe that's why those words were kind of playing around in my head today. Like, I felt confusion, I felt comparison, I felt competitiveness. But on the other side of that, I felt contemplation and compassion was at the root. Like, there's a lot of muddled energy and there's a lot of things that you could be resonating with currently. But what Divine is telling me is that confusion energy, these tower moments, these sudden changes and these shifts happening, it is a sign to clear out the chaos and clear out the confusion of your mind. Mental clarity and focus is key right now. Which brings up another point that I just saw briefly. Like, I didn't even click on whatever the link was or even really read more to what I was seeing. But I happened to be, I think it was on Google, and there was some kind of little ad. This ad said something about, all I recall is Mental Health Awareness Month. It might have been an app that like you can download that helps you with like certain mental health issues. I'm not really sure, but all I know is I recall seeing Mental Health Awareness Month. So I guess that might be this month. I'm not sure. I don't follow like the trends of like what holidays and what days is this. I mean, National Hot Dog Day and National fucking Take Your Poodle to Work. I don't know. Like, I don't follow all of that. And not trying to downplay or make it seem like mental health issues are not important. It's just I didn't take the time to read it, but it made sense that popped up because I felt like our mental space, our mental focus has been very imbalanced and has been making us feel those emotions of confusion and making us feel perhaps the need to compare our realities with others, our situations that we're going through with someone else's. It could be you doing that to someone else, or you comparing your situation to someone else's, or it could be someone else doing that to you, comparing their life to your reality or your situation. Whatever it is, there's a lot of change going on and a lot of shifts, but we really have to be focused on what energy we are putting into it. And I feel like it's focused a lot around what we feed into. What are we tuning into? What social media apps are we using? What sites are we going to? What technology are we using? How much are we bombarding our mental spaces with all of the collective energy of confusion that's been going on and been very, very heavy in the recent time frames? So yeah, and I feel like this Cancer might be coming in because it's stirring up a lot of emotions for some of us. Quite literally, you could be a Cancer, or this could represent the fact that our emotions are definitely being pulled on with these transformations and with these changes and with all of this shit coming in and bombarding your mental space. So being that it is a Mental Health Awareness Month, it's very important to be mindful of what you allow into your mind, into your thoughts, because that feeds your words and feeds your actions, your responses. So let me quickly see with this Cancer card. Cancer is June 21st to July 22nd, if you didn't know. It says, rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring, just like their ruler, the moon, a solitary orb that floats alone in the night sky, yet is still very much in sight. Cancers have a depth of feeling not easily seen, as if in the deepest parts of the ocean, fathoms below the surface. But where there is great power. Oh my gosh, Kalamai. Speaking of cancers, my youngest, who is a Cancer, just came in talking about, me hungry. Let me tell you, Cancers can also, with that emotion, be very dramatic at times. And it's funny that he says he's hungry when he had literally 3 bowls of pasta, literally an hour ago. Okay, so that's, I digress. But yes, Cancers feel very heavily and very deeply. It says they can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, Cancers can come across as crabby and harsh. Oh, child, I know that firsthand. They feel for others deeply and are exceptionally sympathetic, but as they are highly empathic, the emotions of others can exhaust them. Who is resonating with this right here? I can say I know from having a Cancer in my little soul tribe that is definitely true, but I also know I have compassion for him because I have a Cancer moon. So for anyone that has Cancer in their chart in a predominant aspect, if this resonates, let it be. If it don't, let it go free. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this is basically the moon card in traditional tarot. So we have Uranus corresponding with the Tower moments, or the Tower card, and then we have the Cancer card corresponding with the moon card in traditional tarot. So we got Tower moments and moon card. So there's a very sensitive energy right now that we need to recognize, and we also need to remember to center ourselves, really go within. Like I said, this is a period of contemplation because there's a lot on our table and there's a lot being projected onto us. So let's check out the Neptune, the Sacrifice card number 10. Also, actually, real quick before I move on to Neptune, just a reminder for this Cancer card, we're talking about inner awareness. This is our memories, our past, what's hidden within us, in our seclusion. This is our mothering, divine feminine. This is the womb space, the womb center. So, regardless of whether you are male or female, this is the energy of that inner self. And like I said, this is a time to really center ourselves. Dive into that insight, that intuition, that introspection, because we are definitely experiencing quick changes, quick shifts, and quick transformations. So let's look into Neptune. So Neptune, they're saying, is corresponding with the 7 of Cups in traditional tarot. So this is talking about passivity, possibly secret enemies, mystery, enchantment. In brief, we're talking about mysticism, divination, imagination, like other realms, and making contact with higher realms. This is about communications and such. So you are being directed into an area which may feel like it's unknowable. Surrendering to the mystery may work best now. That confusion, that mystery, that like, what is this space that I'm in right now? This headspace, this chaos, this confusion. What is this? It says, although nebulous, hazy, and indirect, the energy of Neptune is one of the easiest to see. Where Neptune is placed in a chart is where we are most inspired, but also an area where we deceive ourselves. It is the place of mishaps, bringing on undercurrents of strangeness. For so many, Neptune is the source of many troubles, since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. So there's an intrigue, there's a mysticism, there's a mystery that draws you in, but this is also kind of like lessons that need to be seen, troubles and undercurrents and mishaps that could come about from the Tower moment. Let me turn you guys. Yeah. Troubles and mishaps and things that could be coming on or being onset by the tower moments, by the emotions. So let's get a tarot specifically. So the energy for today has definitely been very interesting. And again, like I said, there's a lot of things happening that have been newsworthy, but I've been tuned out. So let's tune in to the space of calmness, collectivity, compassion, contemplation, and just an overall centeredness. What do we need to see in this moment about the shifts that are going on, about the emotions that we're experiencing, about this energy that we're moving into? What's happening? Yep, this energy fell right on the Neptune. Sacrifice. Damn, I'm seeing like sacrifice, selling your soul to the devil. I'm seeing like somebody better be very cautious about the decisions, the steps, the plans, the goals, the responses that they're giving right now. Because any mishap, misstep could be, I'm seeing a cycling of karmic ties, perhaps. In fact, let me look back into this Neptune card. I feel like I'm missing something here. Let's take a better look into this Neptune card. So, dreams, film, art. Yeah, selling yourself to the devil brings to mind how when you're a celebrity or you're an actor, you're in the entertainment business and you sign all these contracts, people often say you're selling your soul to the devil, right? In order to receive fame. It's the sacrifice you make in order to acquire fame and prosperity and just all of the abundance that you see celebrities acquire. But then there's this whole slew of other shit that they acquire that isn't necessarily desirable, you know, but it's the sacrifice that you make. So dreams, film, art, disappointment, and reverie all fall under the rulership of Neptune. Refusing to look at what's real, or simply being unable to, as well as seeing enemies as friends and friends as enemies, are all traits brought on by this watery planet. This is a time where some may try to manipulate with their crisis and rescue cycles, exhausting friends and family with their many problems. There may be a lack of boundaries and confusion where some may orchestrate their victimhood. Ooh, that sounds familiar based on the news that has been fed to us lately, you know? Let me read that again. Exhausting friends and family with their many problems. There may be a lack of boundaries and what? Confusion, where some may orchestrate their victimhood. Be very certain that the victim is not you. Neptune is a place of beauty and that which is ethereal and not so easily reached. Neptune is inspired visions coupled with nebulous thinking. It represents glamour. The word glamour coming from the French word grimoire and connected to the word grammar, meaning to create magic or to cast a spell. So this card indicates poetry, music, art, and psychic mediumship, but also nebulous thinking. When it shows in a reading, any words spoken or promises given are either poetry from the gods in higher realms or words which may be lies. But more positively, these may be messages from spirits or the tapping in to your own higher awareness. So with this card, it'll be difficult to get to the bottom of the issue. Like you want to be absolutely clear and out front with everything. Because this is a planet of sacrifice. So you may be asked to sacrifice something, usually something related to your ego, for some greater good. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and this is that confusion energy. This is that like be very careful what your steps, what your actions, what your goals are, what you're speaking. You know, very, very interesting how this fell right onto it, because those are soul ties, those are karmic ties that you're creating and casting. All right. Interesting. All right, any other truth to be seen from the vibes? Yep. Because how you proceed, how you flow, into the next spaces, how you fulfill the next steps of your journey, could cause a lot of emotions, a lot of downpour, a lot of, like, I'm seeing betrayal. And then with, like, betrayal, I guess this could also play into, like, feelings of overwhelming emotion, sadness, or just, like, depression, maybe gloominess, emptiness, like you're feeling maybe even sick to your stomach. There's somebody that is affecting your emotions in a way that's making you feel like you've had to sacrifice, and that energy is not really going well for you. You know, you feel blocked in a sense. All right, let's see. Let's look into. I think I'm gonna go into my creativity deck. Yeah, look at that. What kind of risks are we taking? Sacrifices are we making? All right, so let's see what's up with this energy here. What's happening? Because I feel like a blockage, a stuckness. This energy is just like a wall. Like there are boundaries. You have to be very careful. Like with this Ace of Cups, I'm feeling like you have to be very careful of who you let in. And you have to really be precise and clear on the boundaries that you set. But I feel like with this whole entire energy, maybe that's what has been the cause of the confusion that we've been feeling, the competitiveness, like comparing our lives, even competition. I feel like there's like you're selling your soul basically to one up on someone, perhaps. Like what is this energy? What do we need to hear in this moment? Curiosity. Be spontaneous, wonder, move forward, look ahead, and stretch above your present circumstances. So curiosity is it extends beyond boundary. It extends beyond the boundary that you have set within your mind. Because this is heavy, like mental and emotional energy. But curiosity allows, it's an energy of air. It allows you to be free. It allows you to cut the mental heaviness and the mental weights that are holding you back and holding you in this energy. And it allows you to go beyond, go further, to wander, to move forward and look ahead. And that is fell on our Cancer, our feeling, our emotions. So really tuning into our emotions, perhaps. What else do we need to know in this current moment, this present time? Connecting with nature. Connecting with nature as much as you can, for its pure creativity can teach you everything you need to know. So connecting with earth, divine creation, which allows you to go deeper within yourself, allows you that introspection, that reflection, and hence the connection that you feel. Like I say, align with divine, so that there aren't any obstacles, boundaries, blocks, walls that are put up. We're trying to demolish this, so that our wishes, our desires, our visions, our goals, our plans are granted. But right now there is a bit of a stagnant energy. You're not pushing forth, pushing through those feelings of inadequacy. You know, you're on the verge of quitting because you're feeling so burdened and heavy by this energy, by the sacrifices that you've been making, the unknown that you're going through, the unknown paths and the unknown spaces that you're walking into. Don't stop. Continue to push through whatever this block is, this obstacle is. Push through the obstacles. All right, I'm just kind of pulling from various decks, but I'm feeling like, let me draw from the Gaia card, because I might do a quick Dreamers spread. Yeah, let's do a Dreamers spread. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here, so stay tuned for part 2 coming up. The link will be in the description below, and I'll see you in my next video. Love, light, and always aloha.